Me and Lucy are going to show you how to use IRC on a Onion site. An Onion site is a hidden site on the Tor so-called dark network. It's nice for private servers. So get yourself a cup of coffee and come and join me. Today I'm going to show you how to set up IRC to work on an Onion server. It's really very simple. Now the first thing you want to do is you need to install Pidgin. So Pidgin is the IRC client I am going to show you, and in order to install Pidgin on Ubuntu type systems, it's simple: apt get install Pidgin IM. I already have it installed on this, so it won't install, but that's how it works. It's Pidgin is the client, but you saw sudo apt-get install Pidgin, Pidgin, and Pidgin is a very nice agent for doing Onion IRC. Now you also are going to need to install Tor. I'm not talking. When I mean Tor, I don't mean the Tor browser. I mean the Tor daemon. On Linux, it's more convenient to have a Tor daemon running. Now Tor acts as a socks proxy on port 9050. Now to add an account, what you do is you go to accounts once you have Pidgin installed, click on manage accounts, and then you'll add the account and you'll choose IRC as your protocol, and you'll change the server to whatever it is .onion that it happens to be. Now many people password their servers. I do for my private server, so you'll want to add your password there, and you might add a username or not. We already have one installed, so this is my setup for my particular Onion server. Notice I'm redacting the Onion because it is private, and you probably should keep that private. Now I've passworded the entire server, so that's important, and I have a remember password. You may not want to put that in depending on your security needs. Now once you've added your account, you can enable your account. This is already enabled, or here you can disable. Once you do that, you do join a chat, and then you can give the channel you want. If the channel is passworded, you add the channel password, but it may not be passworded. If it is, you use it. I'm going to do pound and join, and see I'm in lobby. There's no one there, but that's me. Now, there's a few other things that you need to do when you add these accounts. You need to look at the proxy tab. Now, for a Tor, you choose Tor privacy, and the host will generally be 127.0.0.1 or your local host, and the standard port is 9050. It's important to add that. It has to go through the Tor network, so you have to use Tor proxy. Now after you do that, you should probably look at your plugins. Now there's a number of plugins that are decent. One that you should not have is libnotify. If you have a security profile that's at all strict, you don't want notifications popping up. You want to have to click on your thing, so you would unclick libnotify. Very, very important plugin to enable is off the record messaging, and that you just click that there. That's all it needs to be done, and then you are ready to chat on the Onion network. That's really all there is to do. Join a chat, and we'll go to pound lobby, and there's no password for this site, so that's kind of it. Okay. I'm in a channel pound lobby of my IRC server. Now, I have a friend who uses Windows. She's going to be showing us how to set up Pidgin on Windows, but she's about to join us in the lobby. Gray has joined the room. Now, this is not end-to-end encryption. If you want to have end-to-end encryption, it's only with one person. Now, notice, see to the right, it says not private. So if you have the OTR plugin that I showed you that's under Tools and that activated, you can start a private conversation. Now it has to exchange keys and like that to start a private conversation. Now we have end-to-end encryption. Say hi back. Look to your right on the right tab where it says Tizzy Girl. Say hi back. Okay, now there's Gray there, but I don't really know if Gray is who they're saying they are. So we go to where it says private and we can say re-authenticate or re-authenticate buddy. Now I'm going to ask, what is the answer? And the answer is none. Now see that they will have to know what the secret answer is, but here we're not doing it. Now on a answer the question when it comes up. It takes a little while on an Onion server that's running on a very small service, so we're going to wait here, but it's important that you use a third outside channel to exchange your questions and password. Now see, it's gone a little ways more with authenticating her, so it's sent the hash of the answer over. Okay, so see, authentication is successful. Now we have end-to-end encryption, and it is end-to-end encryption. Now that's really all that you need to know to make this work. It's very simple. There are some little, when you use Windows, it's a little annoying getting the Tor working as a service with the proper socks port, but we will address that in a later video. But this is how you basically do it on Linux. Stay safe and stay private. Hello. Now, with your IRC service, if your administrator has set up hidden surface authorization, you can look at your man pages, or you can look at the Tor manual on torproject.org. Now here's the format for how you add authentication for a hidden service. Now let me show you how you do that. Now what you need to do is you need to start up a shell. I use VI as an editor, but you can use whatever editor you're comfortable with. You edit your TorRC and you just add this one line. Your administrator will have given you an authentication cookie, which is a 22-character string. This is obviously bogus because I just typed it from my keyboard, but you will have been given your authentication cookie. Then you want to set up a service name. That's not really important, so you can put it whatever you want to. I'm putting it as bogus IRC onion, and then you'll put in the address of your server, and that will have been given to you by your administrator, and it'll look something like this. That's what you need to do. Then you write that to your TorRC. It's in Linux, it's etc tor/torrc, and that's the file you need to edit to add your hidden serve auth line. It may be an onion that is private just to you, depending on what the administrator added, how they did it. I'm not obviously not adding that, so I didn't do that. But then you will want to do. You want to once you do that, you'll want to restart your Tor daemon. Obviously, I didn't do that because I don't want to restart my Tor daemon, but that's the command you would use it on Ubuntu or Debian or even modern Red Hat systems. So that's all. You can look on the Tor project manual or ask your IRC administrator. They can help you with this. Hello, if you use Windows to do anything secure, it's very important that you turn off all the privacy compromising technologies on Windows. There's actually a keylogger on Windows, and there's Cortana. There's a number of things that will compromise your privacy. Now here's the URL for an article that shows how to turn all that stuff off. Forgive the chicken squawking. She's not happy right now. Okay, if you are running Windows or Linux and you want to have a little extra security, you should go to hunix.org and download their Hunix OVA. And Hunix is a system that breaks Tor into two virtual servers. One is called a gateway and one is called a workstation. And if you run your programs on the workstation, and it routes through the virtual network created by VirtualBox. With Windows, this is really the only way to do it. So download your V3 OVA and your workstation and get started. Hi, this is a video of how to use an IRC onion server under Hunix on Windows or on Linux or whatever you want to do it on. Now we have the Hunix gateway and the Hunix workstation installed. It's very easy. Once you have VirtualBox installed, you can simply import what are called OVA from hunix.org. Now we're booting up the gateway, which is the router that routes into the Tor network. That needs to be started before the workstation gets started. If you need to add hidden service auth lines, those get added on the gateway. Now these things take a little time to boot up because you're booting up two little virtual machines. One is a router and one is a workstation. I always like to see the boot up text come by rather than it being hidden. It's reassuring to us old-time Unix geeks to see the boot up text. Our gateway is up, and that's going to be minimized because it's not going to be used for anything other than as a router. And KDE is coming up, which is the desktop on certain kinds of Hunix, the more easy kinds. Now see where your KDE menu is. It's on the lower left-hand side of Hunix. Go to Applications, Internet, and find your IRC client, which is HexChat, which, by the way, is more secure than Pidgin. It's much more secure, but you have to add OTR as an add-on script. Now we're adding a network as you would adding an IRC onion service. After you add it, you want to edit it and change the settings on the server. Here we're changing it to a bogus onion address just to show how you would add it. And if your server has a server password, you add it here. Okay, since we already have the onion network set up that we use, we're going to connect to that. It takes a couple seconds to connect, and we'll join the channel lobby. And we're in, and since we're the first user in there, we are the operator. And that's really all there is to connect, other than if your IRC onion service requires a hidden service auth line, you add it just like you would to any other hidden service auth, except you add it in the gateway to the Etsy Tor RC there. And see, it's all working. That's really all there is to it. Hello, if you use Windows to do anything secure, it's very important that you turn off all the privacy compromising technologies on Windows. There's actually a keylogger on Windows, and there's Cortana. There's a number of things that will compromise your privacy. Now here's the URL for an article that shows how to turn all that stuff off. Forgive the chicken squawking. She's not happy right now. Well, I hope you enjoyed my presentation. I'm sorry my speaking is a little bit difficult to understand, but I think I properly communicated how to use IRC services under Tor on a hidden network. Enjoy, and I'd love to see you at some of our IRC services. Just contact me privately, and I can set you up with an onion address and or a hidden service auth cookie. Take care.